Hello, I'm Greg Brown. I'm with the law firm of Brown and Charbonneau, and today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the risks that are associated with owning your own business. Before you start a business, or even after you've started a business, understanding and addressing these issues can significantly decrease your exposure, from personal injury claims to business claims to insurance issues, workers' comp. Let's quickly go through a list that I've put together of a number of the issues. The first one is business and injury claims. The injury claims would be personal injury, workers' comp, things like that. Insurance is an important aspect to minimizing the risk associated with any of those claims. Now, the other types of claims that businesses may face would be typical business claims: breach of contract, sometimes fraud claims. You may have unfair competition or trade secret issues with competitors or employees or former employees. The next issue that I'd like to talk about is your business structure and the corporate maintenance of that. If you're a sole proprietorship, you may want to consider forming an entity to assist with liability protection. There are various types. There's LLCs, there's S corporations, there's closely held corporations, there's C corporations, limited partnerships that you can consider, and there are tax ramifications and business issues that should be addressed. I recommend that you consult with a professional on that. Number one would be your financial or CPA advisor, and then number two would be an experienced attorney in setting up business entities. The next issue as business owners would be contracts and contract administration. Now, the main thing here is keeping track of the various contracts that you've entered into. Leases, purchase agreements, equipment purchases, things like that. And the point is to document all of your contracts that you've entered into. If there are deadlines and dates when you need to renew, that should be calendared and documented as well. The next issue would be employment issues. And employment issues can go from employment contracts and on-the-job safety issues to workers' comp, to OSHA. And again, the idea is having a checklist, an action plan that makes sure that you identify all the issues, you document them, and you keep track of it. The idea is to identify what needs to be done, do it, document it, and then have some sort of action plan or follow-up to make sure that you're staying in compliance. Now, the next issue would be succession and estate planning. And if you have a small business or even a medium-sized business, am I going to sell my business? Do I have family members that I want to transfer the business to? It's important that you get an experienced professional in that particular area. For the most part, it's trying to plan for the various ways in which you would leave your business, whether it's just retiring and shutting it down, whether it's selling it, or many of the other potential avenues that you have. What I've put together is a short list of ways in which we can all keep our business in compliance with our goals and the law. So the first one would be to review and update corporate and business records. It's good to have corporate meetings and documented in minutes where you're documenting the various big decisions that your entity is making. The next issue would be to review and comply with all employment law issues. So again, it's identifying the laws that you need to comply with, and then documenting it and addressing it. The third item is have an annual review of all business insurance with your broker. Is your workers' compensation insurance set up properly? Do you have comprehensive general liability insurance? Are you in a particular business where directors and officers insurance would be beneficial? The next issue is, again, have your succession plan ready and review it periodically, update it if need be with your attorney or your accountant or other professionals that you trust. The next item is to keep a list of all your contracts and have somebody in your business responsible for administering them so they can keep track of what needs to be taken care of, what contract is expiring in the near future, what contracts need to be renewed. Is keep a comprehensive risk management binder or digital file to track it all, to keep each of these items organized and documented, and some way to calendar it so that you follow up and address it on a periodic basis, because as our businesses expand, contract, grow, mature, these things change, and so it's important is to periodically review your plan So that's why we want to set up a time to review everything periodically and see if we're on track. So that's all for now, and we'll see you at the next podcast.